Hello, everyone. Welcome to this presentation where I will talk to you about how you can run your Apache Spark jobs to process your data simply with the OVHcloud Data Processing. My name is Claire Gallo. I've been working at OVHcloud for 2 years in the data convergence team, which is a big data solution-oriented team. And today, I will talk to you about the way you could process your data with Apache Spark using our solution, which is OVHcloud Data Processing. So I will show you how we designed this solution and how you can use it through our control panel and then how to industrialize. So as you may already know, we are producing more and more data every day. And the data we produce may represent a huge value for different activity fields. And we may want to analyze them, process them in order to extract value. So here are some examples of what you could do with the data we are producing every day in huge quantity. The first example is about the millions of tweets we want to process every hour in order to get the trends of Twitter. The second is the way you could process your data in order to convert to standard video formats when you handle a video platform on the internet. And another example is our own example at OVHcloud, because as we handle many products and many customers, we have a lot of data about this, and we process those data in order to maintain our billing systems, for example. And to do that, we are using Apache Spark. When you want to use Apache Spark in order to process your data, you have several things to do first. And the first one is to have servers, or buy them if you don't have. And then install and configure every software and everything you need to run Spark on your cluster. It means Spark on each node of your cluster and the network configuration, but also the cluster manager and a lot of stuff. And all that stuff needs required time and experienced people, which we have at OVHcloud. But still, when you have your cluster, you have some stuff that are still left to manage. And the first thing we experimented at OVHcloud is that it's quite difficult when you own a Spark cluster to optimize your resources usage. Because if you size your cluster a little too big, then you will have, of course, resources that are used by your jobs, but you will also have to manage the unused resources that you could have used for something else. So it's not that optimized to do a big cluster. But the opposite is also true, because if you size it a little bit too small, then you won't be able to launch a job that wasn't planned at the beginning when you size your cluster. And if you have new users that are trying to use your cluster, maybe it will have conflicts with the daily jobs that are running on your cluster. So the resource optimization is quite an issue when you are owning a Spark cluster, because you can't really know what you will be doing on it, and if you can plan the changes that will occur in the future. But another drawbacks we found about the Spark cluster, the fact of owning a Spark cluster, is that you can use only one Spark version at a time. And it could be a bit an issue when you want to try something new in a new version, because you have to update your old cluster or just give it the idea of testing something new. And at last, we found another issue that was the location of your cluster is in one region and only one, as the whole cluster is in this region. So if you have data in another part of the world, they may have latency or other network issues unless you spawn a whole new cluster in another region. So it was quite a pain to manage that kind of cluster, even at OVHcloud. So that's why we decided to shift of paradigm and created a solution which is OVHcloud Data Processing, and it's based on the job as a service model instead of owning a whole cluster. So today I will show you how to use OVHcloud Data Processing if you want to try Spark to run your Spark job without having to manage a cluster. And I will show you how simple it is. In order to run your Spark job through the OVHcloud Data Processing, you will first need an OVHcloud public cloud account. So here is the graphical interface for the public cloud account. You will first need to go to the object storage section, where I already created an object container. And in this object container, I will upload the data that I need to run my jobs. Your script that is used by Spark in order to process your data. As in this case, it's a Python script, you will also need an environment.yaml, which is used to gather the Python requirements. And at last, you will need to upload your data. You don't have to upload your data in the object storage. You can store it in another data storage, which is compliant with our security rules. But in that case, it's as simple to upload it into object storage. So let's just upload it. For your information, I am using for this demonstration a Spark job, which is described in the tutorial in our OVH cloud guides. If you want to find it, I will give you the link afterwards. Once you have all your files uploaded, you can go to the data processing section. And in this section, you will have a small explanation of what is data processing, and you will have to click on the Start My First Job button, and it will activate your project for this service. It means that you will give the right to read and write from and to your object storage in order to retrieve your scripts. So now your project is activated, you can start a new job, and you'll see that's pretty simple. So first, you select the engine or the Spark version of your job. So in our case, there's only one option, but in the future, we may propose some other Spark version or even some other engine, just like Flink, for example. Just let us know what may interest you, and we will be able to add it in the future. Next, you select your region. So the only available for now is Gravelines. So it's in France, in Europe. But soon we will be able to do it in North America as well, in the region of Rouen in Canada. So after that step, you will have to size your job. So we have templates that you can select. If you don't have a real idea of the size needed for your job. As you modify your job size, you can see the estimated price that is updating. You can change the number of executor, and if the template doesn't suit the need, then you can customize each parameters if you want to. So in that case, I will just use the template and go on. So now I just have to name my job, select the container I created just before, and select my job type, which is Python, as I said. After that, I just write my script name, and I'm ready to launch my job. So it took me a few seconds to have a job launched, or at least submitted. Here you can see that my job is in submitted state. I have some information about it, but I can see more if I click on the name of my job. Then I can access a lot of information, just like the status, the region, and the configuration I just set for my job. I can also, from this page, access to the logs of my job, which are live logs. So now that my job has started, I can see all the logs that are coming. I can also access the Spark UI from the job dashboard. And in this UI, I will be able to find more information about how my job is doing. It's the regular Spark UI. I can see that my job status has switched to in progress, and I can also have further information because we provide metrics of your job. So we can see metrics like the memory usage, the active tasks, and the disk usage. If I want to stop my job, I can, of course, click here to stop the job, and the bidding as well. But in our case, we will still we'll let it finish. So now that my job is finished, I can still get the logs, but I will have to download it now because it has been uploaded in my object storage. I can also access it from the object storage section. We are providing a lot of metrics as well. I will show you how to access it. So if you click on the monitoring button, you can retrieve a token, and you can use this token in your Grafana account. So you will just have to go click on the home button in the dashboard and import a dashboard. The model you have to use is accessible from this number. And you just have to name it. Select the data source and put your token. All the information can be found in the OVHcloud Guide documentation. Now I can see a dashboard of the metrics of my jobs. So for now I just have one. And this dashboard can be really useful if you want to understand better how your job is using the resources you have allocated, and maybe fix some sizing issue in the future if you want to relaunch your job. I just show you how to launch a Spark job through the OVHcloud control panel. But if you want to use this service through script in order to industrialize your process of data processing, you can use the OVHcloud API, or you can also use a CLI that we developed in order to enable you to use the OVHcloud data processing through command lines. So this is an open source project. You can find it in the OVHcloud repository, which is OVH, and the repo name is Data Processing Spark Summit. You can download it from here and then use it in your command line. So here I'm in the directory of my script that I just uploaded sooner. So you can see that I have my script, my environment, and my dataset. So now I can start by exporting some variables, which are my public cloud project ID and my job name. And after that, I can run one single command, which is this one. And as you can see, it's quite similar to the regular Spark Submit command line. Instead of Spark Submit, you have OVH Spark Submit. And the other parameters are quite the same. So you can still size your job and select the location of your script, which is the container that we created just in the first example. So if I launch this command, it will retrieve my script that is already in the object storage and launch it. So that's not what's the most interesting. What is really interesting is that with the first command I just launched, I still have to upload manually my script in my object storage. But we implemented in this command a way to automatically upload your script from your local directory. So I just have to add an option, which is upload and the path of my script. And this way, it will automatically upload it before submitting the job. So if I have to make just a small modification in my script and it's a bit annoying to have to upload it again manually, so this way it will be way faster. So here you can see the live logs that are coming since the job has launched. You can still reach your job information from the UI. Here we can see that my job is in progress status, and I can still have full information about it if I want. So as you can see, it's quite easy to use this command line, and it's open source. So if you want to go further on that subject, if you are already using the regular Spark Submit command line, then it will be really easy to shift and to change for the OVH Spark Submit command line instead, as it's a wrapper around the original Spark Submit command line. So how you have just seen, it's quite easy to use OVHcloud Data Processing if you want to process your data with Apache Spark. If you want to get started on that subject, I give you some links to the OVHcloud Data Processing guides, where you can find some tutorials in order to start, and also the documentation about how to use and to monitor your OVHcloud Data Processing. If you want to talk with us in order to know about the next engine we can provide, or any other technical issue you are encountering, you can contact us through our GitHub, which I give you the link in this slide. And do not hesitate to try public cloud, as with the code cloud, you can have few instances for free. And once you have your public cloud account, you will be able to start and try data processing as well. Thank you very much for attending this presentation. I'm eager to answer your question during the live chat session. And once again, thank you very much.